Hello, this is Deborah Cohen, broadcasting live from Atlanta, Georgia, USA. I invite you for the next 30 minutes to find a quiet place to listen and practice our meditation led by Rabbi Danny Upben from Psalm 114. So get your quiet space happening, and I'll be right back after this message.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malchei Hamlakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem LaShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon.
And this is Deborah Cohen, and I'm broadcasting live on twitch.tv/Deborah Cohen Music, or you can find this broadcast on Spotify podcasts and on YouTube and wherever else podcasts are streaming. So isn't that groovy? All right, so Psalm 114. I just experienced this particular psalm having gone through a wonderful feast of Hashem for Pesach, commonly known as Passover. It's one of 6 psalms of which Hallel is composed. All of the 6 psalms are Psalm 113 through 118, and we're today talking about Psalm 114. It's recited on the 1st and or 8th days of Passover in some tradition. So I would like to say that I experienced a wonderful meditation, which I will share with you in this broadcast, a pre-recorded video. I need some more coffee. My tongue's not working yet. Okay, pre-recorded video of Rabbi Danny Upben leading a wonderful meditation based on the teachings of Psalm 114. And you can find this teaching that I'm going to share with you on Sepharia.org. And the title of her teaching is Escaping Narrowness, Psalm 114. Now, maybe some of you might be stressed out. I know that it's hard not to be in this day and age since COVID, and a lot of not so good things happened to a lot of people, including me, having been hospitalized twice and yada yada, But I want to share something with you from the Art Scroll Siddur pertaining to Psalm 114, in particular the Ma'ariv part of a service at a synagogue. The evening prayer Ma'ariv was composed by Jacob, whose life was filled with one problem after another, reflected by the dark of night when his prayer is recited. His faith and inspiration during even the darkest times has helped sustain his descendants throughout the nights of our history, including the past 2 millennia of dispersion and frequent oppression. So I want to invite you, maybe you're one of the people that is struggling or has struggled, and you'd like to find a way to escape the narrowness of the struggle. A little bit of vocabulary teaching. Mitzrayim in Hebrew means Egypt on a superficial level, pshat. But if you look deeper into the spiritual essence of who we are as soul beings in an earth suit, we understand that Mitzrayim also means narrowness, a tight, uncomfortable place that most of us have probably experienced at least once in our lives, unless you're a newborn And maybe you had a tight exit through mommy's womb. But I'm going to share this psalm with you. So this is known as an Egyptian Hallel because of the title, Escaping Narrowness, the narrow place. This psalm is included on Passover and every Rosh Chodesh. So we're going to meditate on being free from something, because escaping the narrowness means to alleviate oppression in your life. So your question today is, what would you like to be free from? And you can put it in the chat if you're watching on Twitch. What freedom are you pursuing at this time in your life? What freedom? And as I was listening to this with Rabbi Danny, I actually came up with something in my own life that I would like to be totally free from. And if I remember to share it with you at the end of this meditation, I will definitely share it with you as well. So let's take a look at the text for Psalm 114. And I will read it to you in case you're not watching live, or if you're listening in the archives. Now, again, try to be focused on what you're hearing as we prepare for a meditation, unless you're driving, of course. And if you're in a place where you can meditate, whether seated or standing, plant your feet firmly in the ground, barefooted preferably, if it's safe. Feeling your big toe and little toe with the same pressure as your heel, finding your center of gravity, gently swaying from front to back. If you're in a chair, feeling your sit bones and your buttocks pressing evenly into the chair, and resting your hands on the tops of your thighs, gently pushing down while you lift up your torso, imagining every rib separating just a little bit more, with your ears above your shoulders, not in front, an imaginary string pulling your head to the heavens. And breathing, you can put your hands over your navel. When you breathe in through the nostrils, you want to feel your belly expanding forward. And as you exhale through the ocean depth of your throat, making the sound of a, or like you're cleaning your glasses, twice as long on the exhalation. At your own pace, practice this as I read this psalm. When Israel went forth from Egypt, the house of Jacob, from a people of strange speech, Judah became his Holy One, Israel his dominion. The sea saw them. The sea saw, sounds cool, the seesaw, saw them and fled, meaning the oceans parted at the Sea of Reeds. The sea saw and fled, and Jordan ran backward. Mountains skipped like rams, and this is the second time, 40 years later, Jordan parts, or actually goes backwards, so the Israelites can cross the Jordan. Mountains skip like rams, hills like sheep. And the psalmist asks in verse 5, what alarmed you, O sea, that you fled? What alarmed you, O Jordan, that you ran backward? Mountains that skip like rams, hills like sheep. Tremble, O earth, at the presence of Hashem, at the presence of the God of Jacob, who turned the rock into a pool of water, the flinty rock into a fountain. And this is our meditation. In the beginning, it talks about the squeeze coming out of Egypt, that place of constriction, thinking about where you feel maybe constriction in your body as you take on the posture of meditation. Notice in your mind's eye as you do a body scan, is there a part of your body that feels tight, intense? Then you can send your next breath there. Mentally, letting go. If there's a pressure in your life that you want to escape from, think of the words, the promises in the ending of this Psalm 114, at the presence of the God of Jacob. Elevate in your mind's eye to the presence of God because he is everywhere, who turned the rock into a pool of water, breathing in the breath of life. And we'll continue with this mindset as I share with you in a video this wonderful meditation from Rabbi Danny Upin.
Shalom, everyone. So wonderful to be together. My name is Rabbi Danielle Upin, and it is a privilege to hold this space with you of a little bit of meditation and journeying through the Psalms. Wishing everybody a Chag, almost Chag Kasher V'Samech again, but we are still in the Moadim L'Simcha mode for just another day. And then we bring in Shvi'i Shal Pesach, which is the time of our freedom, where we read in the synagogue the crossing of the sea. I think this is my favorite day of Passover. And for those of you who are joining us after Passover, maybe watching this during Shabbat, wishing you a Shabbat Shalom and hopefully a sense of resounding freedom within. Go ahead and let us know where you're from today, and maybe a prayer for your own personal, what are you seeking freedom from, or what kind of freedoms would you like to see in the world? Kind of wrapping our mind around freedom today, whatever that looks like for you. Let's put that in the chat as our opening intention, our kavanah of bringing greater freedom into ourselves, into our own experience of this world, for our communities, for the earth, and for the world. Simcha, sovereign, holy human. Thank you. Love it. Allowing the shoulders to relax. Allow the facial muscles to soften. Allow the belly to soften as well. Feel free to close your eyes if you'd like, or find a soft, gentle gaze. Working your way into your own experience, moving from narrowness to spaciousness. Feet anchored on the ground. Drawing that energy up from the earth as you exhale out your own sweet energy back into the earth. Throughout the meditation, if or when your mind wanders, returning to the breath as your guide, feeling how the breath moves through the body, an emotion of filling up, creating spaciousness, emptying out, connecting to spaciousness. Dropping your awareness down to the feet, to the place where your soles meet the ground. Maybe feeling a bit of a tingling sensation. An awareness that with our feet we move freely to walk this earth with gentleness and compassion. Drawing our awareness up through the legs, feeling the sensation of material, of your clothes hitting the legs. The sensation of warmth where the body meets the chair, fully inhabiting a space in that whole lower area of your body, from feet all the way up to the navel. In your mind's eye, maybe saying, I am here Hineni. I welcome spaciousness. I am here. I am grounded. Hineni. I am free. Moving your awareness up just above the belly and the low back, allowing an expansion of energy, of creativity around the low back, allowing our emotions to be free. Our birthplace is free. Our creativity, that of a sense of freedom. Moving up with an awareness of spaciousness to the solar plexus above the belly button, to our place of giving gifts, of being who we are in this world. That we give gifts freely, the gift of our lives, of our love, of being fully human, allowing those gifts of freedom to shine. Drawing your awareness up to the heart center, allowing light to radiate out from the heart, side body, and back. Light of spaciousness that is never ending. Sending that light out to loved ones, to people who are in need of healing, and a little extra today. Feeling that you are loved, that we are loved, and that we freely give love without withholding. Drawing our awareness up into the throat area and neck. We speak freely. We will not be silenced. We have something to say, and we are allowed to say it. Our words of love. Allowing our freedom of speech to turn into freedom of song, to sing at our own crossing each day from narrowness to openness, to sing songs of love and freedom, our own redemption song. Drawing the awareness up again to the third eye, point of light deep in your skull. If you can picture your pineal glands, our insight, our tefillin within. As we affirm our knowing, our inner freedom, our spaciousness and love, that we are free to cultivate each day, even now. And from that point of inner knowing, drawing up our awareness one more time up to the crown of the head, to that spaciousness of light like a crystal light refracting all light right above our heads. Breathing into a space of alignment, of connection, of awareness that our freedom connects us to the divine, to a divine love that is rooting for us, to a universe that is cheering for us to feel free, to be loving and compassionate, to care of others' freedom, to celebrate our joy and the spaciousness together. Taking one more journey through your inner points of light, opening up any last bits of constriction as we dwell for another moment here in complete spaciousness and celebration of freedom, of redemption, of blessing. As we move from this spaciousness into the rest of our day, recognizing our obligation, our responsibility, maybe a simple awareness that the world is not yet truly free, but our blessing that each and every one of us can do our parts with our open, compassionate hearts, lives filled with love, to be the bearers of freedom in the world, to share this light, to share this celebration. And to keep coming out of Egypt, that narrow place, until all of us are out of that narrow place. Until all of us, the whole world, is truly free and filled with blessing. Let us say Amen. Concluding our meditation with a blessing of wholeness and healing and peace for each other. A seal on our practice today and a reminder to bring this spaciousness wherever we go today. Shalom 3 times. Maybe hands on heart center. Shalom. 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 Shalom, everyone. This concludes our meditation today.
Thank you, Rabbi Danny, and thank you for your messages in the chat. Boker Tov, darling. That's my husband. So I hope that you benefited from this experience, and it's not merely a practice, it's an experience. So hopefully, as you continue to practice meditation, you will have an awareness of what's going on inside of your body and inside of your mind, trying to sync them together to be aware of each other and rooted and grounded in love. And I told you at the beginning of this teaching, when I first started this broadcast, that I would tell you what freedom came to me that I would like to be free from. And I hope that you were thinking in this meditation, what would you like to be free from? And if you'd like to put it in the chat, you don't have to, if you want to keep it to yourself. But actually, in the course of experiencing this meditation with Rabbi Danny, it came to me that I've been pursuing my whole life the freedom to sing. And it's a very long journey that started when I was a teenager. And I'm just now experiencing the fruits of singing freely. Well, I'll always be working on it. And I think that I'm going to put it in a book because I think it can help others in my journey as a musician and a singer. I've encountered many people that are actually afraid to sing to God, or they don't sing for multiple excuses or criticisms they've been told that they believed, like I did as a child. You're very vulnerable, and when people say mean things or maybe critical things, they don't realize the hurt in the words. You can hurt people with your words. There's an old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. That's like not true. We just put up, what is the saying? You show put on a stiff upper lip. You say, you can't hurt me. But yes, it does. It plants a seed of hurt that a lot of people carry around unknowingly because it buries, the hurt buries itself in your internal organs and starts this dis-ease process that sometimes doesn't show up until you're a baby boomer. Unresolved issues show up as physical dis-ease. It's a way, even with this week's Parsha, excuse me, when the Jews were saying things with their words that they shouldn't be saying to hurt other people, all of a sudden they would get this growth on themselves, the speaker, an affliction. They had to go to a Kohen in the old times, thousands of centuries ago. People would go to the Kohens instead of the doctor to see, because it was a soul affliction. It was a spiritual affliction, and it shows up on your physical body. And a lot of people today are suffering from dis-ease, and they don't even realize that it's a soul affliction manifesting itself in the physical body. So this meditation practice is a good way for us to tune into what's going on inside the body, that buried hurts that may have been incurred as a child, that have been buried in the body. They don't go away until they're resolved. So hopefully this book, which won't be ready for, who knows, at least 6 months, but because of this meditation and getting tuned in to that old hurt inside of me when somebody told me certain things that shut me down as a singer. And I'm going to tell the truth in this book, Freedom to Sing. So share with me what your desire is to be free, and put it in the chat or in the comments. And let us practice this week how to speak kind words to each other. It sounds easy, but keep track of what you're saying to other people and notice if you said those things to somebody else, or if you heard those words, do you have this tough veneer that you've convinced yourself, you can't, nothing you say will bother me, nothing you say, well, kudos to you, I guess, if you're able to let it roll off your back, like I've been told, just let it roll off your back. No, very sensitive, and people that are walking in the spirit, especially empathic souls, are very sensitive. And anyway, I just thank you for listening, and I hope there was something in this that you were able to learn from. And let's grow together. Let's be kinder to each other. And please share this posting with somebody that might need help. This is a nice way to share kindness with somebody else. And until we meet again, I hope I'll see you next Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time for a story and a song. Shalom and Shavua Tov.